Yo, what is up? Welcome to Ninja Geek Games. Mythos lore is a popular theme, deck building a great game mechanic, and anime produces some wicked awesome artwork. Combine all three and you have Rise of the Old Ones from Japanime Games. Kamigami Battles are a series of deck building card games with a strong theme to include those belonging to the Nine Realms and Egyptian mythology, where Lovecraftian horror has now made an appearance with the likes of Cthulhu and his friends. But is this a cash cow where popular theme has only been used to cover up a weak game, or have Japanime Games shrewdly created a solid standalone expansion to their current series? I mean, it's not like any other giant publisher has used Mythos lore as an easy fix. First up, I love the Mythos lore. You'll have to dig deep to find an Arkham-esque game that I haven't played at least once, and I'm also a big fan of deck builders, so you can see why I picked this up faster than an investigator losing their sanity. Rise of the Old Ones is a 2 to 6 player game, where you take on the role of an ancient one, whether it be the mighty Cthulhu, Azathoth, or any other god that I can't pronounce. In this game, you'll attack the opponent's deities and protected locations, but will first need to buff your deck with powerful warriors to do your bidding. You can play head-to-head, a multiplayer free-for-all, or even team up for a tag team-like orgy of elder gods, which will certainly tear apart the fabric of reality. Each player controls a god and owns a special location that both have life points and unique abilities. During the game, you'll be playing cards from hand to carry out special actions, attack other players, and, as seen in standard deck builders, using cards as currency to purchase more powerful ones from the market area. Your played cards can be chained to create some cool combos, and you can also pick up rare and ancient artifacts along the way. The market area will gradually transform over the course of the game, and players can win in one of two ways. Either deplete an opponent god of energy, which is their hit points, or have your god gather enough energy to reach a particular threshold and deem them all powerful. Let's take a look. At setup, the market area consists of a number of different card types, and this is termed the Hall of Heroes. First up, we have 6 sets of warrior cards. There are actually 18 sets in the game, with each set consisting of 5 cards. What you do here is draw from the deck until you've got 6 unique warriors, stacking any duplicates. This market area also comprises artifacts, and as with the warrior cards, you'll draw these until you have 3 unique sets. And lastly, we have 3 decks of disciple cards at different levels, and it's these cards that make up your starting hands. Each card will have a cost in faith points and 1 or more special abilities, but the warriors and artifacts also have chaining colour icons used for creating the card combos during the action phase. There are 12 ancient ones to select, and players can choose whichever one they want to control, or be controlled by. These 3 symbols determine which locations can be paired with that god, so you'll have a choice and some variability of your god location card combination with each game. During a round, players take turns playing cards from hand. Your starting hand comprises the basic disciples, and these are generally used to provide faith points that allow you to purchase other cards from the market area. They also have standard abilities to earn energy for your god or protect against attacks, but these abilities generally require you to banish a card from the game. What's cool here is newly gained cards go straight to your draw deck, so you get to use them on your next turn. If you take the last card of any sets, whether from the warriors or artifacts, you replenish the market. Again, duplicate cards are stacked and you keep drawing until all areas are filled with unique cards. Warrior and artifact cards are a little more specific to helping you reap the rewards of eternal damnation. Now, whereas you can play any number of disciples to earn faith currency, under normal circumstances you can only play 1 warrior or artifact card per turn. These allow you to directly attack the opponent god or location, draw cards to hand, redirect an attack, or bend the rules in some way. But each of these cards has a set of chaining colours represented by primary and secondary icons. To play another card, you first need to match the primary icon colour of the new card with any secondary icon of the previously played card. As a result, you can alternate carrying out card actions with matching icons in multiple steps to create some pretty cool combos. So, the game offers some variability in player setup with a small amount of flexibility in which god and location you control. Therefore, rather than having asymmetry between players based on starting decks, they'll get a few abilities and passive effects from their selected chosen one. As all the cool gods have come to party and they all play slightly differently, I quite enjoy deciding on which to play as because, as I said, I'm a big fan of Mythos lore. You'll also get a different market setup with regards to warriors and artifacts, including how many cards are in each stack. So there's always plenty to choose from. You just have to find a way to afford them. I like deck builders where bought cards go straight to your draw pile. This means you can prep for the next round, and it's quite important here because you can plan to utilise the chaining icons if multiple cards are claimed. Creating card combos through this mechanic is pretty satisfying, especially if well planned, although some of the time it can be down to luck of the draw. There's nothing particularly novel here. A lot of similar games also allow you to focus on build type, but some of the played abilities can only take effect if you have what's needed in your hand. This could be discarding a certain card type, or push your luck and hope that the card effect allows you to draw what's required. Therefore, as most cards have at least 2 abilities to choose from, you need to decide on which one to make use of and where it should be played in the chain. You can also play cards to react to the opponent's turn. These can be played to cancel an effect, or in most circumstances throw in some defense against an attack. Hopefully this will nullify the damage, but this usually just lessens the blow. You can also react to a react card, but just make sure you're playing cards in a set aside area just in case you need to backtrack. What's important here is that as cards are drawn at the end of your turn, the non-active player will be reducing their hand size with each react card they play. Therefore, as that player, this will limit your next turn and may prevent you from creating those sick combos. Within the game, there are a lot of keywords that aren't explained on the card, so you'll need to refer to the glossary from time to time. Personally, I would have preferred a few player aids just to save a bit of time, but you'll learn these pretty quickly. I do like the way the market area evolves. You have a mix of disciple, warriors and artifacts that you can buy. For the warriors and artifacts, if you take the last card of a particular type, you'll draw from a deck to replace the gap. But if you draw a card that's already available, you just stack it and keep drawing. This creates a nice little ever-changing market where any reveal abilities on cards added to the market take effect immediately. There's now a little unpredictability that you need to contend with. A couple of warrior sets have these reveal abilities that damage yours or the opponent's god, so tread carefully. Overall, the Mythos theme doesn't really do much to improve the game experience. I've played the 9 Realms version of the same system, which incorporates Norse mythology, and they're essentially a replication of each other with a few tweaks. Rise of the Old Ones includes artifacts to spice up the market area and your deck, but other than the card names, you're not really drawn into an engaging and submersive universe that you'll find with games of similar Lovecraftian theme. Regardless, the artwork is fantastic. Just brilliant, as well as a little racy in some places, where the consolidation of anime and Cthulhu is a clever twist. Rise of the Old Ones can also be played in teams with up to 3 players on each side. Each team will have a main god with the remaining players being supporters, with the aim of the game is to grind down the main subjects whilst trying to eliminate the supporting gods, as this takes them out of the game for a short while. I'm not too keen on this mode or the multiplayer free-for-all. I think the game shines as a 2-player duel, as the other formats feel a bit messy and chaotic, but as I've said, I do really enjoy the head-to-head mode. Theme aside, it's a good little deck builder. It doesn't have any groundbreaking mechanics, but the chain linking of actions and evolving market area is a nice touch. There are other deck builders I prefer, but as a duel, I quite like it. It's got a couple of expansion packs that I'll probably look into as well. If you've played any of the Kamigami series, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. This is Ninja Geek Games. Cheers.